It is 1537. A man stands on a rocky hill, 900 meters above sea level. The air is dry, scrubland, granite, seasonal streams. He looks south, then north. Then he begins to draw. His name is Kempe Gowda. What he draws that day becomes Bangalore. Kempe Gowda did not build a fort first, he built a market. The peat came before the walls because a city needs economic gravity before it needs military muscle. The market draws people. People need housing. Housing needs a plan. The plan he chose was a grid. Not a perfect grid. The terrain wouldn't allow it. Bangalore sits on an uneven granite ridge. Water flows in three directions from its center: northeast, southeast, and west. Kempe Gowda's roads followed that water. 1,000 functional tanks were dug at the low points, feeding each other downstream through Rajakaluves. The city was its own water network, managed carefully by the Neeraganti. The roads were simply the dry edges of that grand hydrological system. He built 4 watchtowers, north near Mekri Circle, south near Lalbagh, east at Ulsor, and west at Kempambudi. A neat square, a city designed to be walkable end to end in under an hour. Bangalore today is 741 square kilometers, but its core road logic still radiates from that original 5-kilometer square. 250 years later, the British inherited this grid. Each old market street was built 6 to 8 meters wide, just enough for 2 carts to pass. When colonial planners built the cantonment to the east, they needed to connect their new city to the old Pete zone. But they couldn't redesign it. So, they routed around it. And in doing so, they locked the ancient, tight marketplace into place permanently. The bottleneck at KR Market today, that is a 16th century cart lane. A historic lane that modern planners simply forgot to widen, now trapping millions in its daily compression. But while the roads compressed, the water faced a far worse fate. In 1800, there were 262 thriving tanks inside the city. By 1960, 80. Today, fewer than 30 remain. The Rajakaluvs were systematically built over. Concrete went on top. Authorized layouts, approved buildings, and government roads covered 59% of a 500-year-old drainage network. Planners stared at their digital tablets, tracing lines on maps while burying the actual earth beneath them. The left hand approved the drain. The right hand built the asphalt right over it. But the water never stopped flowing. September 2022. 131 millimeters of rain falls in a single day. The city drowns. The deluge doesn't move randomly. It flows northeast to Hebal, southeast to Koramangala, west to Penya. The water remembers Kempe Gowda's map server rooms underwater. 225 crores of damage in 7 days. Because nature doesn't care about your real estate approvals. In 2008, a traffic study looked at the city's worst bottlenecks. The corporate consultants recommended 14 road widenings and 6 massive flyovers. They built the flyovers. They widened the asphalt. And by 2019, congestion actively increased by 22%. They treated the surface symptoms. They ignored the core structure. A 16th century market grid desperately gasping under 12 million people. Kempe Gowda passed away around 1569. He never left a paper blueprint or a digital master plan. What he left was a living relationship between geology, slope, and stone. The 4 watchtowers still stand, swallowed up by concrete. The water still runs exactly where he calculated it would. The modern city built on top is just trying to figure out why nothing drains. Welcome to the City of Waters. 500 years ago, a vision was carved into these hills. A town built in balance with the ridge lines and the rainfall. But today, the Rajakalvs that used to be pristine river paths are choked into sanitary lines. The natural veins of the earth are covered up. First came the British planners, now the BBMP engineers. Yet as the city floods, nature violently shakes back into its rightful paths, reclaiming the old dried rivers we chose to build over. Kempe Gowda's water routes might be temporarily erased from view, but they return with every flood. So why not work with his ancient paths rather than fighting them? Your blueprint still dictates our daily commute, and your design still holds the key to our survival. Thank you, Sri Kempe Gowda, for your contribution and for founding the spirit of Bengaluru.